All right, good afternoon, everybody. We are here live. We break 389, 25 Elite Combo break, featuring a 25 Elite USA box, a 25 Elite USA Priority Box, and a 25 Elite Hobby case. Our team list: Broncos, Beck Sommerfeld; Raiders, Peter Lowe; Bulldogs, John Durston; Sharks, Josh Ellis; Dolphins, Chris Macmillan; Titans, Ben Patterson; Manly, Sean Peter; Storm, Beck Sommerfeld; Knights, Beck Sommerfeld; Cowboys, Ben Patterson; Eels, Craig Hyde; Panthers, Peter Lowe; Rabbitohs, John Turner; Dragons, Darin, McDermid; Roosters, Byron Scott; Warriors, Peter Lowe; Tigers, Josh Ellis. And here we are, all set up, ready to go. Bring up the chat and our team list. Here we go. USA and priority box, as usual. We'll put them to the side. And we'll do them last. Just along with our recent member giveaway question regarding the website, we did find that we had lost the credit card option on the website where you just could enter your credit card. You didn't have to go through PayPal and do it. Even though PayPal is the one that processes it, either way. We have fixed that up, so that's now back there if you use that. And also now Google Pay and Afterpay are on the website if that is something. What did I say? Afterpay. Oh, Afterpay. Sorry, Google Pay and Apple Pay. There is so many. Anyway, here we go for the Eels. Clinton Gutherson, number 28. Here's with the Eels. Craig Hyde. All right. Box number 1. G'day, Nick. And everybody else that's watching for that matter. Marquee, David Fafita for the Titans. Dream Buller parallel for the Tigers. New recruit Clinton Gutherson for the Dragons. Las Vegas, Chanel Harris Tavita for the Warriors. Selwyn Cobbo parallel for the Broncos. Marquee Hammer for the Dolphins. Dally M, Julia Robinson and Sheridan Gallagher. That will be randomised between the two teams, Broncos and Knights. Xavier Savage, parallel for the Raiders. Golden Age, number 62 for the Roosters. G'day, Peter. Good A. Braden Trindle parallel for the Sharks. Can't say I've ever seen it written like that, Peter. Darin Aiken reps for the Jillaroos. New recruit Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. New recruit Lazarus for Storm. Kangaroos in the Masters Series. Paul Alamotti, parallel for Panthers. In the reps, Zach Lomax. Parallel, Ryan Pappenhausen for Storm. Yeah, New South Wales had a lot of similar birds. Hammer in the reps. When we first moved up to the Gold Coast, where we lived right next. We lived in a complex that had a pool, and it had an antenna on top of the pool house. And almost every day, guarantee, there was these 3 kookaburras that would hang out on this aerial. And all of a sudden, they just disappeared. Number 6, Ruby Mojo, Jerome Luai. Tyrone Munro, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Shabaski for the Broncos. We have a jersey patch, number 47, Jaden Brayley for the Knights. We've got Knights. Beck, congrats, nice hit. Max Platt, parallel for the Dolphins. Marquee, Roger Tuivasa Sheck for the Warriors. Herbie Farnworth, Dally M for Dolphins. Eels parallel checklist. New recruit Chad Townsend for the Roosters. White Young Guns, Jacob Laban for the Warriors, number 171. Alami Kickout, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit Matt Arthur for the Knights. Vegas, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Leo Thompson, parallel for the Knights. In the reps, Bree Chester. Sapphire Mojo, Isaiah Katoa for Dolphins, number 4. Parallel, Roger Tuivasa Sheck for the Warriors. Oh, box one, not man. In the reps, Dylan Edwards. Yes, unfortunately, we've gone through a couple of boxes where a team hasn't had any cards. Cowboys only got one, Bulldogs only got one, a few teams only got one in that one. So, Marquis Mitchell Moses for the Eels. Even LA hate Manly. Reed Marnie, parallel for Bulldogs. Oh, that's fucking. You recruit Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Black Young Guns, Jack Howarth for the Storm, 149. Roosters parallel checklist. Marquis Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. You recruit Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. I hadn't seen that one. Dylan Edwards, Vegas for Panthers. Zach Lomax, parallel for the Eels. Corey Horsburgh, Raiders, Vegas. Xavier Coates, parallel for Storm. New recruit Hohepa for Sharks. Knights in the Masters Series. Tyrell Sloan, parallel for the Dragons. In the reps, Jessica Surgis. Parallel, David Fafita for Titans. Ruby Mojo, Ben Hunt for the Broncos, number 15. Reece Welsh parallel for Broncos. New recruit Jazz Tavega for Manly. Pink Diamond Olivia Higgins for the Knights, number 50. Kale Iro parallel for the Sharks. Marquee Kira Dibb for the Cowboys. Dally M Tommy Dearden for the Cowboys. Isaac Tago parallel for Panthers. New recruit Kuli Kefu for the Dolphins. Dally M Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Ali parallel for the Warriors. In the reps, Keely Joseph. New recruit Sanua Taruva for Tigers. White Young Guns Charlie Geimer for the Eels, number 156. Molly Olika R2 parallel for Manly. 2 packets left for box number 2. In the reps, James Fisher Harris. Golden Marquee Zach Lomax for the Eels, number 77. Who are you manifesting for, Nick? Tommy Dearden, parallel for the Cowboys. Rabbits. Oh, for John, righty. Yep, I gotcha. New recruit Regan Campbell Gillard for the Titans. Parallel Matthew Tomoko for the Raiders. New recruit Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Sapphire Mojo, Fletcher Sharp for the Knights, number 6. Adam Dewey, parallel for the Tigers. Marquee, Tegan Berry for the Dragons. Golden Marquee, Val Holmes for the Dragons, number 45. Parallel, Jacob Saifiti for the Knights. New recruit, Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. In the Masters Series for the Blues. Rabbits, the PM's team. Jamie Humphries, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit, Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. Keely Davis, Dally M for the Roosters. Parallel, Nathan Cleary for Panthers. In the reps, Tamika Upton for the Jillaroos. Just Surges Vegas for the Jillaroos. Dolphins parallel checklist. White League sensations, Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins, number 78. Parallel, Spencer Lanu for the Roosters. New recruit, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Ruby Mojo, Ruben Garrick for Manly, number 18. Will Warbrick, parallel for the Storm. Marquee, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Dally M, Jerome Hughes for Storm. Parallel, Lachlan Ellis for the Dragons. New recruit, Asaya Iongi for the Eels. Vegas, Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Cowboys parallel checklist. In the reps, Lily Ann White. White Young Guns, Samuel Stonestreet for the Sharks. Number 8. Big Tino, parallel for the Titans. In the reps, Tommy Turbo. Marquee, Pappenhausen for Storm. Turbo, parallel for Manly. In the reps, Reece Walsh. And that is box number 3 done and dusted. New recruit, Chad Townsend for the Roosters. White Young Guns, Thomas Duffy for the Cowboys, number 102. Sharks parallel checklist. In the reps, Ali Briginshaw for the Jillaroos. Vegas, Taryn Aiken for the Jillaroos. Campbell Graham, parallel for the Rabbitohs. In the reps, Quincy Dodd. Emerald Mojo, Payne Huss for the Broncos, number 3. There we go. Dylan Edwards, parallel for Panthers. New recruit, Carter Gordon for the Titans. Pink Diamond, Keezy Apps for the Tigers, number 46. Molly Orca R2, parallel for Manly. New recruit, Shavasky for the Broncos. Marquee, Darren Latine Zalesniak for the Warriors. Vegas, Dane Laurie for Panthers. Parallel, Jackson Purdue for the Cowboys. Sayongi recruits for Panthers. Masters Series in the Blues. Teddy parallel for the Roosters. In the reps, Harry Grant. Harry Grant parallel for Storm. In the reps, Jamie Chapman. Number 96 in the Knights. That'll get randomized at the end with the rest of the Masters Series cards. We also have Connor Sherry parallel for Bulldogs. New recruit Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. Dally M, Kimberly Hunt for the Dragons. Parallel, Jack Williams for the Eels. Max Blythe, Ruby Mojo for the Dolphins, number 17. James Fisher Harris, parallel for the Warriors. Marquee, Jamie Chapman. Dally M, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Payne Haas, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. Last packet for box number 4. Marquee Big Papa for the Raiders, as well as the Hammer parallel for the Dolphins. Another box down. New recruit Marcelo Montoya for Bulldogs. In the reps, Samima Torfa for the Jillaroos. White Young Guns, Jack Howarth for the Storm. Number 17. Jack Cogger, parallel for the Knights. In the reps, Cameron Murray. Sapphire Mojo, Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Cody Walker, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Dally M Stacey Awaka for the Broncos. Parallel Connor Watson for the Roosters. Black Young Guns, Samuel Stonestreet for the Sharks, number 144. Herbie Farmworth, parallel for Dolphins. Marquee Cameron Munster for Storm. Vegas Hudson Young for the Raiders. New recruit Cooley Kefu for the Dolphins. New recruit Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Knights in the Masters Series. Matt Burton, parallel for the Bulldogs. Dane Gagai in the reps. Is that table you have looks huge? That one in the background you mean, or the one that we're using on here? I stopped working when you said Sapphire. Parallel Wade Egan for the Warriors. In the reps, Shannon Mato. Ruby Mojo, Joe Offengowie for the Eels, number 38. Titans parallel checklist. New recruit Asaya Ayongi for the Eels. Vegas Isaiah Yeo for Panthers. Damien Cook parallel for the Dragons. New recruit Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Golden Age, number 32 for the Titans. Big Papa parallel for the Raiders. Marquee Ruben Cotter. Oh, excuse me. Cameron Munster parallel for Storm. Marquee Happy for the Tigers. Dally M Jerome Hughes for Storm, and Terrell May parallel for the Tigers. That's box number 5 done and dusted. On to box number 6. Pink Diamond, Gale Broughton for the Broncos, number 10. Sanua Taruva, parallel for Tigers. New recruit, Saiteli Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Emerald Mojo, number 2. Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs. There you go. Hopefully you can trade it, John. Tyson Frizzell, parallel for the Knights. Well, there's nothing saying that we still might not hit that Sapphire, but at least you got an Emerald to try and work towards it. New recruit Carter Gordon for the Titans. Tamika Upton, Vegas for the Gillaroos. Daly Cherry Evans, parallel for Manly. Lindsay Collins in the reps. Marquee Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. Spotlight patch, number 45, Jack Bostock. Jack Whiten, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit John Bateman for the Cowboys. In the Blues for the Masters Series, Daniel Saifiti, parallel for the Dolphins. In the Reps, Xavier Coates. Nathan Cleary in the Vegas for Panthers. Joe Offengowie, parallel for Eels. In the Reps, Shanice Parker. Ruby Mojo, Tyson Frizzell for the Knights, number 37. Storm parallel checklist. New recruit Zach Lomax for the Eels. Parallel Jaden Sewer for the Dragons. Marquee Nathan Cleary for Panthers. Dally M Eliza Katoa for Storm. Keanu Kinney parallel for Titans. New recruit Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Marquee Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Sam McIntyre parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit Isaiah Papali'i for Panthers. Dally M Samima Torfa for the Raiders. Sandon Smith parallel for the Roosters. White Young Guns Max Platt for the Dolphins, 133. Ethan Strange parallel for the Raiders. In the Reps, Millie Elliott for the Jillaroos. And that's another box down. Marquee Payne Haas for Broncos. G'day, Ben. Been watching, just muted us, but no problem at all. AJ Brimson, parallel for the Titans. New recruit, Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Do I have to do anything yet for either? The Raz was for this break that we're doing now. And no, you don't have to do anything. The only time we ask anyone to actually do anything if they win a Raz is if they're outside of Australia, to cover the postage difference between Australia and New Zealand. That's it. Julia Robinson in the reps with Gilla Roos. Other than that, it's yours, free and clear. One for each, so I'll just pull them out. We've got the Golden Age and the White Young Gun. Ryan Madison, parallel for the Eels. Oh, do I have anything yet for either? I thought, yeah, my bad. I misread that, Ben. Sorry, mate. New recruit, Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Sapphire Mojo. Bloody ding corner. Number 21. And I held off just to amp him up, but it's not his. Nathan Cleary. I'll make Dad aware of that, Peter. Nathan Cleary, 21 Sapphire. Corner. Had a good day yesterday. Even the North, I didn't know. Yeah, anyway. Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. I held my tongue all break. Was about a few times going to say something about how good that case was. No dim corners on the inserts or anything. I forgot to say something at the end because I didn't want to jinx it halfway through. Marquee, Liam Martin for the Panthers. Golden Marquee, Big Tino for the Titans. Number 36. Luke Metcalf, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit for Manly. In the Masters series for the Knights, Jesse Arthur's parallel for the Broncos. Angus Crichton in the reps. Black Young Guns, Jai Gray for the Rabbitohs, number 13. Cameron McInnes, parallel for the Sharks. Ruby Mojo, Isaac Tago for Panthers, number 51. Tigers parallel checklist. New recruit, Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Blake Brayley in the Vegas for the Sharks. Kalen Ponga parallel for the Knights. Vegas Xavier Savage for the Raiders. Sebastian Chris parallel for the Raiders. Kalen Ponga in the reps. Marquee Teddy for the Roosters. Dally M Harry Grant for Storm. Jai Arrow parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit John Bateman for the Cowboys. 4 packets left for box number 7. White Young Guns Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs, number 89. Tom Gilbert parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit Zach Lomax for the Eels. Dally M Millie Elliott for the Roosters. Clinton Gutherson parallel for the Dragons. In the reps, Lauren Brown. Box number 8. New recruit Lazarus for Storm. White Young Guns. League Sensations. Number 2, nice low one. Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Jaden Campbell parallel for the Titans. New recruit Jazz Tavega for Manly. Dally M Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Broncos parallel checklist. In the reps, Olivia Koenig. Marquee Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins. Adam Fanua Blake parallel for the Sharks. In the marquee, Abby Church for the Eels. Marquee, Ruben Cotter in the gold, number 41. Yep. Raiders parallel checklist. New recruit Matt Arthur for the Knights. Kangaroos in the Masters Series, Lachlan Galvin parallel for the Tigers. Dally Cherry Evans in the reps. A Ruby Mojo, Keanu Kinney, number 29. Bradman Best parallel for the Knights. Pink Diamond, Rachel Pearson for the Eels, number 41. Jason Saab parallel for Manly. New recruit Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Roger Tuivasa Shep Vegas for the Warriors. Thomas Duffy parallel for the Cowboys. Marquee Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Dally M Jack Bostock for the Dolphins. Victor Radley parallel for the Roosters. New recruit Hohepa for the Sharks. White Young Guns Bailey Haywood for the Bulldogs, number 85. Jack Howarth parallel for Storm. New recruit Sanua Taruva for Tigers. Vegas Cameron McInnes for the Sharks. Brian Totter parallel for Panthers. In the reps, Keezy Apps for Gillaroos. In the reps, Connor Watson. Last packet for box number 8. Parallel Christian for the Dragons. Box number 9. Second last box of the case. We are number 96. New recruit, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Yasmin Clydesdale in the reps. Marquee Bradman Best for the Knights. Adam Pompey parallel for the Warriors. Gold Marquee Jesse Southwell for the Knights. I was reading somewhere, it might have been on Discord or Facebook, that one of the number 7s have been out. Number 19, Jerome Hughes, parallel for the Storm. Marquee Latrell Mitchell for the Rabbitohs. You might notice we've got break 399 all listed coming soon, and then there's one more after that. Vegas Braden Trindle for the Sharks. Dragons parallel checklist. Watch that space. Dally M Shannon Mato for the Titans. Bulldogs parallel checklist. New recruit Stefano Utikamanu for Storm. New recruit Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Knights in the Masters Series. Beau Fermor parallel for Titans. I keep looking at the date thinking we're only just over a month away now till Select officially take over. I wonder how quick it's going to be for them to start leaking information. Or yes, Ben Hunt in the reps. I honestly believe they'll be hitting the ground running. It's funny that they had, basically as soon as they got the contract, they went and put 2026 NRL cards coming next year, or soon or something. Can't remember what they wrote. Pretty sure they said next year, and then it disappeared. Jamal Fogarty parallel for the Raiders. Ruby Mojo, Nico Hines for the Sharks, number 17. Jesse Aramian, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Golden Age, number 39 for the Eels. Desire Yo, parallel for Panthers. Marquee Ali Brigginshaw for the Broncos. Jamal Fogarty, Vegas for the Raiders. Adam Reynolds, parallel for the Broncos. In the reps, Jaden Campbell. Dally M, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Luke Brooks, parallel for Manly. New recruit James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. White Young Guns, Kai Pearce Paul for the Knights. Number 77. Scott Drinkwater, parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit for Manly. Kennedy Sherrington for the Reps. And last packet for box number 9. BD. 6 of 6. Keon Kolometangi for the Rabbitohs. Sorry, mate. No Campbell Graham Sapphire. I'm guessing you don't want the BD. Marky Mark, sorry. Parallel for the Roosters. Alright, box number 10, last box of the case. Pink Diamond, Tali Holmes, number 33 for the Sharks. Patrick Carrigan, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit, Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. New recruit, James Schiller for the Knights. Jackson Ford, Vegas for the Warriors. Aptasai Coruscant, parallel for the Tigers. I thought the white and emerald was pretty good, but the DD definitely steps it up for you. In the reps, Isaiah Yeo. Parallel, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Daly Cherry Evans, marquee for Manly. Black League Sensations, number 43. Mitchell Barnett for the Warriors. Lindsay Smith, parallel for Panthers. Yes, it hasn't been too bad. New recruit, Regan Campbell-Gillard for the Titans. Blues in the Masters Series. Alehe Hopawate, parallel for Manly. Jesse Arthur's in the reps. Well, Raiders are still no hits. We've got Raiders, Peter Lowe. Tiana Penatani, Gillaroos. Reese Robson, parallel for the Cowboys. Ruby Mojo, Roosters checklist, number 17. Jermaine Isako, parallel for Dolphins. New recruit, Marky Mark for the Roosters. We got a Sapphire, John, to number 4, but it's Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. Well, that's no fun, John. How am I supposed to stir if you're happy? Junior Paulo, parallel for the Eels. Dally M. Olivia Kernick for the Roosters. Keon Kolomatangi, parallel for the Rabbitohs. And you take away my excitement every time I see a sapphire. Now, is it? Is it? Payne Haas for the Reps. Marquee, Clinton Gutherson for the Dragon. There's something oddly satisfying with the mineral colours matching a team like sapphire with dogs. Yes. Red, rubies for even. Rubies for the Dolphins and Dragons. Having the rubies and the emeralds next to each other for the Rabbitohs, that looks magic. Isaiah Dally M for Panthers. Connor Tracy, parallel for the Bulldogs. Valentine Holmes, new recruit for the Dragons. 4 packets left for our hobby case. White Young Guns, Liam Henry for Panthers. Number 112. Let's get it, John. Let's get it. Warriors parallel checklist. 2 boxes to go. Marquee, Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Fletcher Sharp, parallel for the Knights. New recruit, Ben Hunt for the Broncos. In the reps, Kira Dibb. And that's the end of the case. Let's get stuck straight into the USA. Good old USA. White Young Guns, Lachlan Galvin for the Tigers. Rough for Raiders. Number 13. And Fanil Blake, parallel for Sharks. Dally M, Nico Hines for the Sharks. And Broncos parallel checklist. I'm not going to lie, I'm sort of hoping for a Raiders trill sig in this box to make up for it. For reps, Kennedy Sherrington. Silently manifesting in the back of my head. We have an Emerald. Number 3, Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Brian Top, parallel for Panthers. New recruit, Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. KO Weeks jersey patch, you reckon? Pink Diamond, Natasha Penatani for the Tigers, number 27. Jason Saab, parallel for Manly. Dane Laurie, Vegas for Panthers. Thomas Duffy, parallel for the Cowboys. Stars and Stripes. Number 7, Tommy Turbo. Oh, nice. New recruit, Regan Campbell Gillard for the Titans. Yeah, there's a couple of teams, unfortunately. But we're not finished yet, so Blues Masters Series. Vector Bradley, parallel for the Roosters. Marquee, Happy for the Tigers. Look, Sean, I've been saying it for the last month or so that when you're in the chat, it seems to manifest them, I'm telling you. Ben Hunt in the reps. And we have a super boot, number 46, Adam Reynolds for the Broncos. Jack Howarth, parallel for Storm. Jaden Campbell in the reps. Yes. Alright. I'm not going to complain with that. Number 67 in the Kangaroos. So, this does put me on track to hit 3. We're 2 from 2, 1 from the case, 1 from the USA box. Can we hit that Blues? Matty Burton, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Yeah, we're going for 3. I honestly thought we would have done it in one of the super breaks. Ruby Mojo, number 28. Amoli Olika Atu for Manly. Wade Egan, parallel for the Warriors. And Knights have been one of the harder ones to hit all the way around. Not Knights, the Aussie one, the Kangaroos. So we've got that one. Marquee Reuben Cotter for the Cowboys. New recruit James Schiller for the Knights. Vegas Tamika Upton for the Jillaroos. Cody Walker parallel for the Rabbitohs. Yasmin Clydesdale in the reps. Abby Church marquee for the Eels. Herbie Farmworth parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. Second last box in packet in the USA box. Casey Array Dalian for the Dragons and Addo Carr parallel for the Eels. And it just happens it is the second last box as well. So what I said wasn't wrong. Manifesting a randomizer win. Well, that's a first. So who knows, Ben? Number 54, Milwaukee Fodawaika for the Titans, Stars and Stripes. Well, that broke my theory. I thought we were hitting. That's in the USA case, so. New recruit Val Holmes for the Dragons. Anyway, here we go. Last box of the break, our priority box. Trust me, now that we've got especially the Kangaroos one, I'm really, pretty keen. In the reps, Jamie Chapman. I'll be happy even if we just hit one. Don't care which one it is. But if we hit that blues, yeah. Number 36, Storm checklist in the ruby. Panthers parallel checklist. New recruit Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Black Young Guns, number 127, Jai Gray for the Rabbitohs. I swear we've pulled majority of them. Feels like we have. Jake Jabojevic, parallel for Manly. Alright, I'll do that, Ben. Oh, that's dangerous. I'll give it a go. There is a table there full of cards, so I'm a bit skeptical. The priority marquee, Stephen Crichton for 25. Olivia Koenig, Dally M for the Roosters. Ruben Cotter, parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit, James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. Priority Young Guns, Samuel Stonestreet for the Sharks, number 4. Angus Crichton, parallel for the Roosters. In the reps, Ali Brigginshaw for the Jillaroos. BD, number 4, Ryan Madison for the Eels. Are you serious? There you go. Eliza Katoa, parallel for the Storm. I'm now curious. Yeah, right. There you go. New recruit, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Golden Marquee, Tiana Penatani for the Sharks, number 39. Jacob Little, parallel for the Dragons. Priority Marquee, Bradman Best for the Knights, number 3. Vegas, Wade Egan for the Warriors. Maiki Fotowaka, parallel for Titans. New recruit, Stefano for the Storm. In the Kangaroos for the Masters Series, Joey Tarpanay, parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Harry Grant. Excuse me, parallel, Jerome Luai for Tigers. New recruit, Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Get towards the end, 5th last packet, guys. Alifiana Khan Piera for the Titans, Dally M. Luke Metcalf, parallel for the Warriors. In the reps, Quincy Dodd. Priority Marquee, Clinton Gutherson for the Dragons, number 27. Jesse Arthur's parallel for the Broncos. Alright, 2 packets left to go. You recruit for Manly. And lucky last. How lucky can we be? Vegas, Julia Robinson for the Gillaroos. And Cameron McInnes parallel for the Sharks. Alright, 3 randomizers to do. First one being our Julia Robinson and Sheridan Gallagher Dally M between Broncos and Knights. Our second will be our Gillaroos cards, which includes the Rats and the Vegas Gillaroos. And last and definitely not least will be our Master Series cards, which today includes Knights number 6 Master Series signature, and in the Kangaroos number 67. So let's get them done. Yes, Peter, unfortunately, Raiders with no hits. We've had some very low. Panthers only got 1 yesterday, but none with none. So, alright, let's change screens first. Oops. That's alright, give me that. I know what's going on there, that's easy. There we are. I have the team list here, so let's copy that into there. Copy that. So we need Knights and Broncos. 3 times. Let's go. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Beck Sommerfeld. I didn't even realise when I was doing that. She's both anyway, so it didn't matter. Anyway, congratulations, Beck. And sorry, Beck. Anyway, let's load it up. Ready again for the Gillaroos. Number 1. Number 2, and lucky last, number 3, Chris Macmillan with the Dolphins for the Gillaroos. Alright, now I do know this is the one that everybody is waiting for. Let's go. Master Series cards including the Knights and Kangaroos signatures. That is number 1. That is number 2, and this is lucky last, number 3. Good luck, everybody. Beck Sommerfeld with the Storm. Congratulations, Beck. Thank you to everyone for being a part of it. We listed a new break today. Plenty of coming soon. Check them all out. You might spot something special coming up. Otherwise, check what teams are available and jump in the next one. Would love to have you and see you again soon.